Hello everyone, this is Joel Davis with YouAreTheBroker.com, helping you to build highly effective and highly profitable broker business. I got my bullet points in front of me. I'm going to try to be as fast as possible, but as I talked about in previous newsletters, we have some very important information coming up, and here we are. At our seminar last year, one of the most common questions we got, great question, was would we be doing something similar in the broker business as we've done in the medical transportation industry? More specifically, just like we have the United Medical Transportation Providers Group, the UMTPG, would we be creating something similar in the broker business? And here we are. It was always our intention, and now with the presence in 28 states, it's critical that we launch UDML, United Delivery Moving Logistics. UDML, United Delivery Moving Logistics. So we're very excited about this. As I'm sure you can imagine, we're going to have a lot more information that's going to continue to come out about UDML. Now, what's very important that you understand, YouAreTheBroker.com, absolutely critical. That is the testing ground, the sandbox, the quote-unquote vehicle, if you will, for where we are going to continue to teach you, share information, convey information. It's critical. But UDML is going to be the overall patriarch that is used as we build strategic partnerships with national retailers and corporate clients. Furthermore, just as I talked about in previous newsletters, where we want to actively be involved in helping you build capacity, find contractors, screen your contractors, go through the overall intake process. Again, it's critical that we help you build as fast as possible. My goal has always been get you to green. Get you to green, get you to making money as soon as possible. Because as I've talked about in previous newsletters, where we do have some national retailers who are looking at us and are excited about the prospects of bringing us on as a national network, it's critical that all of our active licensees are continuing to bring on contractors and increase overall capacity. Your success is our success. They are intertwined. I was recently talking with a prospective licensee who said, well, what's the benefit of this national network? How is that going to serve me? Because the national network brings us all buying power. Number one, first and foremost, it gives us all buying power, which will help everyone's individual network. Secondly, it helps build continuity of policies and procedures. One thing we've noticed, for example, where my business, my personal broker business operates in 5 states, we've noticed that the same national retailers that we serve in my regions, in my area, we've noticed that the same national retailer has different policies and procedures in different places around the country. So what we want to do is further build continuity between all policies and procedures, and the greater our buying power, the greater our national presence, the more we can do that. So having the national network with increased capacity from all of our active licensees is going to be a blessing and a benefit to all of us. So we are going to continue to reach out to you, and by all means, always feel free to reach out to us, and you should be working with your regional director. Our goal is to do everything possible to help you build and grow your business. Again, we want increased capacity. Keywords right there, increased capacity. It's great to have active licensees in 28 states, but if they're not building and growing, and they're not increasing their capacity, it's of no utility to us. It's of no value to us. We want increased capacity. So as we reach out to you to work to help you build and grow your business, one thing we're going to be doing is further introducing the UDML, United Delivery Moving Logistics. So we're very excited about that. A couple of key things. Cost. Everybody, it's on our website. One of the biggest questions we get is, what's the cost? I don't know how much more clear we could possibly be. And again, we appreciate everybody who's expressing interest in it, but listen, here's the deal. If you don't have the money to get in, it is what it is. We want experienced, reliable, credible business owners who are legitimately experienced in making money. If you can't make money, it's going to be of no, this entire opportunity will be of no value to you. And if it's of no value to you, it's of no value to us. We need you to be successful. That's why in your initial enrollment investment of $20,000, it includes 1 full year of one-on-one coaching with one of my regional directors. So you literally have one of my key people working with you for a full year. Leverage that person, use them. They literally work in my broker business. They work in my broker business. They make great money. They help me make great money. They make further money by helping us, by being a participant with youarethebroker.com. So they are here to literally help you. So leverage them. They're a key asset in helping you get to green, making money as fast as possible. So part of your enrollment investment will include, first and foremost, your annual subscription of $9,600 to all the software, all the platform, all the apps, all the PC interface, all the training material, all the legal fees, all the admin costs. And again, what's critical is also that 1 full year of one-on-one coaching. So if you don't have the money to get in, this opportunity is not for you. It's not a viable opportunity. I will tell you this, congratulations to all of you who have gotten in or are working to get in. Let me be very clear. I challenge you to go find any franchise out there. I know we're not a franchise business model. We're a licensing business model. We want you to build your brand. Build your brand to the best of your ability, understanding that you are going to be part of the UDML family. We're excited to bring you on and to promote your specific brand, your specific network. But understand, in the future, as your business grows, as the overall network, the UDML network grows, guess what? The value and the price continues to grow up. But for all of you who are getting in now, you are getting in at a fixed price point. Your prices will, your annual fees will never go up. We're never gonna, unlike a franchise business that pickpockets you a percentage of all of your profit, your weekly, your monthly, and your annual earnings. We will not be doing that. So again, congratulations and kudos to everybody who has long since been a member, is coming in right now because you are coming in at a fixed price point. In the future, will the price go up? Yes, absolutely. Again, as the value of UDML increases, guess what? For new people coming on, the price, it's going to increase. It's the laws of economics. So I encourage you, if some of you have been sitting on the fence and you're not sure, it's a better opportunity to come in now versus waiting later when the UDML is even further more entrenched and we bring out more national strategic partners. So again, I want to underscore what is included in your cost. First and foremost, your annual subscription, all the legal fees, admin cost, all your training material, and also your one full year of one-on-one coaching. I want to underscore this real quick. It's critical. When you receive all your training material, understand, again, let me preface everything by saying my broker business right now operates in 5 states. That's a large region. Now, as you can imagine, especially over this last year, we've brought on new contractors with different types of services and introduced new services. Obviously, that's changed our policies and procedures. So when you get all of your training material, understand, we're going to continue to send you more information and more information. That's where the youarethebroker.com information, that overall sandbox, that training field is critical for you because we're going to continue to send you updates. So understand, for example, where I share our policies and procedures and manuals, understand my policies and procedures vary now by region because again, we've brought on key people who provide different services now that we don't provide throughout my entire network. That's why it's critical that you see everything and that you leverage the regional director who's working with you so that way you can further focus all of your policies and procedures. I want to put everything out in front of you, almost like a buffet, and you decide what you want, where you want to make your money, because we're going to provide you with a lot of opportunities, a lot of money-making opportunities, a lot of sources of revenue. So again, you decide. It's like a buffet in front of you. You go up there and you decide what you want. And as you grow in experience, obviously you can add more services. So make sure that you definitely pay attention to all your training material. Watch all the DVDs. Read through the training books. Understand that there's going to be additional addendums that come out. They're all very pertinent. It's not that they're contradictory. They're all very pertinent. Another great question we continue to receive. This is an awesome question, and I'm very excited to say this. Right now, we're closing in on probably half a dozen of our licensees actually come from as they were freight brokers, so they come from that freight industry. And then to this day, I don't know how many times I've said it, and I continue to get this question: are we a freight broker? No, we are not a freight broker. We do nothing with freight. The reason I don't do anything with freight, I never have, I've been solicited over the years, is it just contradicts my business model. And if I talk to a lot of our active licensees who come from that freight industry, I would argue they have kind of a bad taste in their mouth. They've become disenfranchised with the freight industry. It's very competitive. It's going to be more and more costly to find good, reliable truckers and drivers. It's very difficult. Plus, when you compound that with the added red tape and bureaucracy and increased expenses, it's very difficult for those small independent freight brokers to actually compete. So kudos to the overall industry because it's definitely continuing to grow, but it's really making things more and more competitive and starting to squeeze out a lot of these smaller independent freight guys. And I think that's why we're starting to see more and more of them gravitate to what we're doing in this broker business, because in operating box trucks, there's a big difference between operating box trucks versus big rigs. There's no question. There's a big difference, huge difference. I can't underscore the difference between the level of bureaucracy or red tape. With what I teach you, there is no red tape. I find the sweet spots. Everything I go after is the sweet spots. I have no desire. That's the reason I've never gotten into freight. I have no desire to go into the highly insured, the red tape, the bureaucratic nonsense, having to bid on jobs, bid on ships and shipping freight. I have no desire to get involved with that. So if you are coming from a freight background, understand, by all means, we welcome the opportunity for you to come and take a look at this opportunity. So we're excited about it. Another thing I'll quickly mention is that a lot of our prospects are asking, hey, can you give me the names and numbers of some of your active licensees? Great question. Great question. Absolutely would love to do that. We will not, no, we did initially, we won't do it anymore. We will not hand out personal names and phone numbers. We will give you emails. We have no problem sharing emails. At the end of the day, you have to understand, please be respectful of people's times. Unfortunately, not everybody is respectful of time. Time is money, money is time, we've all heard that. But unfortunately, people just have no comprehension of the value of time. We are not going to share your name and phone number with anybody. I can assure you of that. Initially, when we first launched, we thought it was a convenience and to help other people. However, what we found is that some active licensees, and we should have known better in advance, don't want to feel these unsolicited phone calls, and then people just expect them to always be available to help them and answer information. So people are busy. I would argue that the vast majority of all of our active licensees they're experienced business owners. They operate multiple businesses. So who really has the time to go forward and just answer all these unsolicited phone calls and requests and inquiries? I can assure you there's a reason why in my business I no longer answer phones. I no longer answer emails directly. I literally only spend time investing with those people who are paid one-on-one clients or active licensees in the broker business, because time is too valuable. Every single day I could show you probably 10 to 12 emails where someone says, hey, can you call me and give me a quick conversation? Hey, can we do a quick phone interview? Hey, can we do a quick free consultation? Absolutely not. If I invested all my time in answering each of those inquiries, I would have no time for anything else. And the same thing applies to you. You are a busy business owner. You're working to build your own empire. You're working to manage multiple businesses. And in so doing, the last thing you can afford to do is to receive unsolicited inquiries from someone who is asking you elementary questions. So I go back to, at the end of the day, is $20,000 as an enrollment investment to get involved with this a lot of money? Absolutely not. Is $20,000 a lot of money? If I'm going to the store to buy groceries, 100%. But I challenge you, find any business that has this big of a return for only $20,000. I don't think you're going to find one. Now, I was recently talking, let me give you a classic example. I was recently talking with a prospect who owns a home care industry, over 200 caregivers. He's told me that he was bringing in $3 million in annual revenue. He said, but it's amazing how quickly all that money flows through his hands. His margins are so slim. Here's the good news. Here's the point to this. At the end of the day, last year we had 29.4% profit margin. I guarantee you that this business owner with over 200 caregivers does not experience anywhere near 29.4% margin. 29.4% margin. Outsourcing everything to 1099 contractors is the ideal business model, which leads me to another very, very, very important point. I strongly encourage you, if you are a new active licensee, if you are going through the enrollment process and you are going to become an active licensee very soon, when you get your material, when you start working with your assigned regional director, I strongly encourage you to stay on point and unconditionally follow everything we teach you. The reason I say this is it's recently been brought to my attention. I haven't personally talked to this active licensee, but from what I understand in talking to one of my regional directors, is that this active licensee isn't doing anything remotely close to following the business model, and yet here it is, their secretary has contacted my regional director, absolutely frustrated, saying that everybody's overworked and they can't figure this out, but yet they could not be further from not following the overall business model. I can assure you, when I first launched my broker business in very late 2011, in those first few years, it was an excellent training ground. Absolutely excellent training ground. But that was my training ground for me to learn what works and what doesn't work. What I teach you in the training material, what my regional directors, understand my regional directors, whichever one of them is working with you, is literally working in my broker business. They are literally working in my broker business. They are part of my team. They make great money. I make great money. They are also a valuable asset to youarethebroker.com. Each one of our regional directors who you may be working with is an active participant in helping us with youarethebroker.com. They actually, part of your enrollment investment compensates them for their 1 year of training. So that 1 year of training is there for you to take advantage of. So I encourage you, leverage the training material, follow it to a T. I've made all those mistakes. I figured out what works and what doesn't work so you don't have to. As this regional director was explaining to me, and again, I didn't read the emails, I wasn't on the conference call, so I don't know everything in detail. But from what I understand, this one active licensee isn't using the software system properly. They're using multiple software systems. They're just basically trying to reinvent the wheel. So I cannot impress upon you enough, encourage you enough. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. I've already done that. I've already wasted the time. I've already wasted the money. I share with you so often our numbers, our volume, our sales volume, our profit margin, our work order volume. All of those data and statistics that I've continued to share with you over the last year and a half plus is for a reason, to show you what works. Likewise, all of the policies and procedures, again, when you get your training material, some of those policies and procedures, some of them may seem contradictory to you, but they are not contradictory. You have to remember, I operate in 5 states right now. And as we've brought on key contractors in key areas, and now we're offering new services in new areas, that is what has led to new policies and procedures in specific areas. So as my policies continue to change, I'm going to share all that information with you. I want to share as much information with you. Again, remember the buffet. It's like a buffet in front of you. And I want you to be able to go up, evaluate, learn as much as possible so you can define what works for you right now to make as much money as possible, what's going to get you to green as fast as possible. As you grow in experience and comfort, then you can go back up and you can add more services. And then you will obviously, in adding more services, you're going to further customize your policies and procedures. So where do we go from here? Number 1, continue to check your email. I can assure you, we're going to have a lot more information coming very soon, more and more, as we further unveil the UDML, United Delivery Moving Logistics. We're very excited about this. This was always our vision from the start when we first formed. When we first formed youarethebroker.com in 2016, when my business partners and I were talking about doing this, then we launched last year in 2018. We always knew that we were going to have a patriarch or a parent platform, if you will, to further take this at a national level? Well, the time is now. We've already been in conversations. We've already been introducing. We have some new team members that we brought on doing a fantastic job. I mean, we couldn't be more excited about the prospects. So now it's time for us to launch the UDML, United Delivery Moving Logistics. So I encourage you, stay tuned, get excited about it. It's going to be a great opportunity. We want you building your brand. Build your brand. We want to help you build your brand. Furthermore, as we're bringing on more active licensees, previously we didn't, but now we are actually, as we continue to build our team, we are actually, for some of our new licensees coming on, we do offer web development. Again, we brought on some new great, I call them gurus, our little techies, and I love them. So if you're a new active licensee, by all means, we welcome the opportunity to help you in building your website to further integrate with your FetchMazo software, because it's critical that you're able to process work orders over the phone as well as online. So we do have a growing team that's able to accommodate your request. But again, developing your website, that would be a separate charge outside of your enrollment investment. But those are minor details. For those of you who are working to become active licensees now, awesome. We look forward to working with you. For those of you who've been sitting on the fence, I encourage you, get involved now. One thing I will assure you of, those active licensees who got involved last year, they're happy they did, because they came in at a great price point and it's never going to change. Likewise, you come in now, yeah, you're coming in at a higher price point, but it's never going to change. As the overall value of UDML, the United Delivery Moving Logistics, increases, guess what? So does the enrollment price. So does the annual membership. So I encourage you, take advantage now. Lock yourself into the pricing structure. Understand, part of the reason why we never went after a franchise business model in favor of the licensing business model is because we don't want to be pickpocketing you. We don't want to babysit you, number one. Number two, we want you building your own brand. But number three, we don't want to be pickpocketing you. We're not going to take 2, 3, 4, 5% profit margin out of all your profits. We have no desire to do that. We want to empower you. The stronger you are, the stronger our national network. We are investing in you. That's why we have a regional director working with you for 1 full year. Our goal is to empower you. Your success is our success. If you're not successful, it's of no value. It's of no utility to us. So again, thanks so much for watching this entire video. Watch it again if you have to learn even more. So just be excited about UDML as we are. We're going to have a lot more information coming out, because our goal is always to get you to green, because when I get you to green, I'm going to see you at the top.